Hey viewers, welcome back to the channel. Today's video, a random one, we're fixing an Xbox. This is on how to potentially fix a no boot on an Xbox One, like original Xbox One, like that kind, right there, okay? So this is my original Xbox One. It turned to a hand-me-down to my daughter, and we hadn't booted this thing or used it in a while. And so gave it to her, put it in her room, set it all up, and it didn't work. And we couldn't figure out why. And left it for a while, and then I couldn't leave it alone. I wanted to actually see if I could fix it. And it turned out to be the power supply. And I didn't think it was going to be the power supply. Because when I turned on the power supply, it glowed with that amber light, just like you see now. Now, fun fact, that amber light's been glowing for a couple minutes while this thing's been disconnected. So understand that there's a lot of capacitance in this thing. As you might be able to see from those caps, yeah, those giant caps there on the high voltage side of the transformer, right? So, oh, there you went out. There we go. So just be advised, like if you crack this thing open after you unplug it, like wait for that LED to go off so that you know all the caps are discharged, so you don't actually fry something or fry yourself. So my process for this, I was getting ready to troubleshoot, and I figured it might be a hard drive problem in there or something like that. I was getting ready to troubleshoot this, and so I wanted to check the voltage on this power supply. And me being kind of a dummy, because it looked like it was fine, I tried to probe this connector and try to probe those pins inside. Now, what I think I ended up doing was making the problem worse. So I think I already had the issue of some capacitors failing, but I think I just put it over the edge by what I did. So I tried to put my probes in there with my multimeter, and you can see there's metal along the sleeves there, and I just wasn't thinking. And so I guarantee you I shorted something, right? Not intentionally, but because I figured this is just DC coming out, but maybe not. So this, well, I have DC coming out, but something got shorted, something blew up. I screwed it up. My screw up ended up being my success. So what happened then was, see here, you see we've got a green capacitor there, and we've got these three. Those used to be green, right there. Those are the factory ones. So I cracked this thing open, and those things were all bubbled up. So you can kind of see, maybe focus. See how that there's like a dome on that cap? See how it's bubbled up just a little bit? That one as well. See what this one looks like. That one as well. See how they're kind of bubbled just a little bit. These aren't, a lot of times when these fail catastrophically, you'll see them really bubble up higher or even have some scorch marks on the top. So compared to, you can see those are a little more nice and flat, almost like a concave, right? Just a little bit. So I ended up having these in stock. I actually bought a pack of these particular capacitors, and if you actually care, what are they? They are, I'm getting it. So 2200 microfarad at 16 volts. Electrolytic capacitor. So that's what it takes. I bought a pack of these, like $3 from China, right? To fix my daughter's fandelier. I don't think I actually ended up doing a video on that because I forgot, but it was the same kind of issue. Her fandelier, the lights started to crap out, and it turned out the problem was in that case, it was just a transformer circuit. There's no rectification or whatever to go down to DC. It was just a strict transformer from 120 volt AC down to like 16 volt AC or something. And so that's what ended up failing on hers. So I need one, so I bought a pack of 10, just to have extras, and I'm glad I did because I needed 3 more. So basically, you just replace those capacitors, and that's it. And then this thing fired right up, surprisingly. So if you have a no boot scenario where, in my case, I press the power button here, like that, and it would just beep like a normal boop boop, right? When it starts up, but I get no light, and then it would nothing would happen. If you press again, it would make the same beep. So it was as if it was starting up and then immediately dying. And my suspicion now, after the fact, is that these capacitors were starting to fail. This thing couldn't pull enough current, and so it was fine to do the initial beeps and startup, but once the Xbox ramped up on its current draw, it overloaded, and it basically wouldn't allow it to source any more current, and so the thing would die. That's my theory. So anyway, replacing the capacitors fixed it. So much to my pleasant surprise. So if you have this scenario in your old Xbox, maybe try this out, because for, you know, $2 in capacitors, you too can fix your Xbox. A couple notes. Taking apart this power brick. On the bottom, let's see if I can get this. On the bottom, you see we've got 4 little screw holes. So what that looks like, those are T10, but they're tamper-proof. So TR10 is the Torx screw that you need to use, right? It's the Torx with the little hole in the middle, if you can see that. That's the bit. And you know, the screws look like this. Right. And then, but they are inside, like there's this little rubber grommet that fits in those holes I showed you earlier, and then rubber pads on the bottom, you know, little feet. So peel off the feet. And then you can either pry these out with the bit, and then you get access to the top of the screw, or the bit just fits right in there, just kind of cram it in, right? And you can undo them however you want to do it. But there are screws to hold this thing together. Don't start taking a pocket knife and start prying on it before you actually look up how to do it. Not that I would ever do that at all. That's all I can tell you. Easy fix. Beats having to buy a new power brick and get some more life out of a Xbox One. So she'll be ready to rock and roll. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope it was informative, and hopefully it helps you out. So as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.